Hey guys, we're super excited to have John Giacobbe of eXp Realty here on Explaining the Cloud. You have to check this one out. Don't miss it.
Building here at eXp. It's really an exciting time for real estate agents all across the United States and now in a few other countries. So we're just blessed to have this opportunity to grow and attract agents and help those agents grow, in their businesses of real estate. So
Absolutely. Well, man, tell me, so you came to eXp. How long ago you came to eXp?
I actually started July of last year, and today it's October. October 22nd.
22nd, right? Yep.
Yeah, so this will be about my 15th month here at eXp, a little over a year. And, I hit ICON my first year at eXp.
Saw that, man. That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a fun ride. I've met a lot of really, really nice people, and, it's been kind of a game changer for myself and my business. And,
Right.
and,
Well, tell everybody real quick, what is, like, everybody your name and everything too, man, and kind of what your team is, where you sell. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So, initially before I got into eXp, I was actually part of a team, and I had joined that team actually to learn about team structuring and learn about what it took to kind of grow a number one real estate team here in San Antonio, but kind of my backstory, whenever I've been selling real estate for about 8 years here in San Antonio, and I've been really fortunate and blessed every single year since that first year has been like my best year ever. So last year was my best year ever. I sold 56 homes last year, and
Very nice.
We're definitely going to crush that this year now that I've got a team that we're working with.
What's your current numbers looking like? Where do you think you'll wind up at the end of the year?
Well, we're about 3 months since the cap reset. We're sitting about 5 million right now, and
Nice.
30 transactions closed. So,
Awesome.
so we're definitely on pace to hit over 100 transactions this year.
Wow.
And
Very nice.
so yeah, and of course the team has a lot to do with that. With eXp, one of the things that I saw differently was whenever I started building a team here. Now I can actually pour into the agents that come onto the team, and if they decide to leave the team to build their own, now I can actually help them and actually be a part of that.
That's a huge part, man. And it's like, that's why I came. So everybody that listens to the podcast obviously knows a little bit background story on me, but same thing, man. I was like Keller Williams for a very long time building teams, and man, you kind of nailed it with the retention and even with my agent attraction piece with brokers. That's one of the first questions I ask them, like, man, what happens when that agent leaves? And they instantly say, hey, they're gone. I never speak to them or hear them. I see that at Keller Williams too, unfortunately. But, now my retention rate still, I can't lie. People leave eXp.
Sure.
But the fact is, they stay a lot more. And once they're somewhat vested, I think people are crazy to leave at this point. So that's a very interesting analogy, because that's what I tell people, brokers, all the time. It's hard once you're vested into this company that they're going to leave. It's really hard.
Well, absolutely. I think anywhere else, really with any other company, when you bring an agent onto your team and you pour into that agent, and whether that agent is on your team for a year or 2 years, and you show them everything and you send them leads and opportunities and really train them, you're really grooming your future competition, because everybody wants to get to that next level. Everybody wants to do better for themselves. And really, I want to be able to create future or long-term partnerships, not just having an agent on the team just for a little while where it's just kind of a short-term deal, but actually building future leaders. So that way, if somebody leaves my team and they can still call on me, hey, John, what do I do next? When it comes to building my own team. And as long as they're still within my eXp organization, then I can help them, I can help them build a team.
And I see it, man. So at Keller, after many years of building big teams, and people would leave, and so I still have a lot of people that stayed at Keller. They didn't follow me over to eXp, and you still at Keller Williams or at any other company. And I hate to keep saying Keller Williams. This is what I know. It's what I did for a long time. Yeah. But they became direct competition. They literally took my systems, did the same thing. And look, they're crushing it. That's great. I love helping people. But man, you're right with the model we're in right now. I mean, I applaud them. I'm like, get your ass out there and go, you crush it now. And I hope, like, one thing I tell my agents now and people that come on board, like, I expect you to be better than me. If you're not, then maybe this isn't a good fit, but I expect you to be better than me.
Absolutely. You know, and I think that's more of a coming from a position of abundance versus scarcity, you know, having that abundance mentality versus the scarcity mentality. I think I came from a team on Remax and number one team in San Antonio, and really what kind of confirmed that I made the right decision was seeing them come over to eXp about 6 months after I left. Awesome. and really to be able to see that, it really confirmed that I made a great decision to join this company. So.
When you said you took a chance, man, there was one of the posts I was going through some of your Facebook feed, and I just want you to kind of break down, because with here on Explaining the Cloud podcast, you know, we are talking to so many agents, there's so many concerns, and you hear a lot of different things about the company, some true, some false, you know, and you said, I'm glad I took that chance. You know, what at that time when you were looking into the company, you would make a decision, it could maybe something that people are in your same shoes where you were a year ago. You know, what do you think that some of those, I guess say, the reason why you wouldn't have came, or what was that chance you believe you took at that time? And now you realize, like, wow, I'm glad I did this.
Well, the chances is really, I mean, anything in life that I've seen something good come out of, or something good came out of what I did, I took a chance, you know, and really it can be scary for an agent, you know, and even for myself, not knowing exactly where to get started, not to have support from the team or the you know, so I was kind of stepping out onto a limb, you know, and you know, to recreate a lot of the processes and the systems that I had kind of learned, and you know, you have to take a chance, and you never know what's going to be on the other side. But, you know, I'm so happy that I did, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I never just kind of stepped out on that ledge and just went to work, you know, and you know, and I think that definitely, I mean, we're building the team, and we've got, you know, great people, great agents that are coming on board, and you know, and it took work, you know, it took work, and it took effort, and it took a chance, you know, to you know, start from, you know, being on you know, the number one team, and then just going out, you know, on your own to start building one, you know, that was a chance, you know.
So when you like building the team, I want to talk that a little bit, because, you know, having conversation with brokers, I'm sure brokers are listening to the podcast, and people who are building teams, and I can tell you, man, what you know, give me your current situation. Are you seeing a better, obviously we mentioned retention rate? Are you seeing like, how's the attraction piece? Are you seeing it maybe a little bit easier, or, you know, not as hard, I guess you'd say, to recruit agents to the team? Talk to me a little bit about that.
You know, I think that obviously the team piece helps for bringing agents on board, especially agents that are that need additional support. You know, when you have a team in place, then agents that are kind of maybe a little newer in the business, or need that additional support, need additional leads, as a team leader, we're able to really support those agents at a higher level. Now, some people are more self-sufficient than others, you know, and some people have their own teams already. So it gives you two options to plug people into. Either come join us at our team. We'll provide you these additional opportunities, and we'll help you kind of get your feet off the ground. Or if you're already an established agent, you already have everything going for yourself, then just come take advantage of everything we're doing, you know?
Absolutely. That's it's an interesting piece, because I'll tell you, and that's where I think even myself with the growth of my team right now, because I got, you know, definitely doing very well in that, but getting people to understand that. Have you seen, I know with me, when I mentioned like my Homes and City sales team, which is my, you know, national sales team, and I kind of have that team of eXp agents, my downline, you know, and people listening right now, have you seen any like people asking, because to me it seems like it's a new concept, you know, never have we really have a company where you almost have two options to come in and work together, you know? Have you had, like, explain that to agents and talk to them and had any, you know, interesting conversations about that?
Yes, and I try to help those agents kind of determine what the better route is for them because,
Correct.
some people seem like they would thrive better on a team. So as the team leader and as the agent that's, here at eXp attracting another agent into our model, we have to be able to ask the right questions to find out what the right fit is for them. And I've had agents come on that have come to me that have in the process of joining, and I straight up told them, they're like, well, what do you think about me coming onto your team? Well, I think that you're a self-starter. I think that you've got enough experience in the game, and it might be a disservice for me to bring you onto my team versus me just helping you as an individual agent, here at eXp. So really, we have to be able to ask the right questions and determine maybe what, and now an agent can come in as a single agent and then join the team,
Right.
or they can join the team and then merge off as a single agent. So if one shoe doesn't fit, then we could always try a different shoe on.
Right. No, I agree totally, man. I see it, and there's times I had conversations, and sometimes it's not a comfortable conversation because if somebody's not a good fit, you almost know right away. I mean, as you work with them, I've had people who have joined like my downline and said, "Hey, man, I really need help in this department," and have joined the team too. So, what advice would you give somebody if they're, they have a team, kind of like you in a city, and maybe taking that next step? What advice would you give them to look to this model?
Don't wait. Don't wait. The company's growing. You don't want to get behind the power curve because, the company is just growing. We're releasing a lot of really, really innovative, cool, awesome, amazing tools that just don't wait. If you're thinking about it, just do it.
Just do it right. That's what trying to get people to realize, man, is like, I have a lot of people on the fence and saying, look, what does it hurt at this point? You can always go back. And I'll never forget the conversation almost 3 years ago when I sat there with my team leader and I said, hey, man, look, I'm looking at this company. I really don't know much about it. I have a couple of friends who went, this is, like I said, almost 3 years. And I had an opportunity to be the first real full-time agent with a team in the city of New Orleans to grow this company. I said, hey, look, I'm going to do this. And when I asked my team leader about it, he said, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. I said, man, answer me this one question. If I don't like it, if I completely fail, can I come back to you guys? And he said, yes. And I'm like, okay, we'll sign this paper, and that's one where, and then, like you said, don't wait. I wish I would have 2, 3, 4 years before. Cause
don't listen to the naysayers because there's always going to be people telling you, say, oh, I don't know about that eXp thing. It looks kind of like a, pyramid scheme, but funny, don't listen to those people because those people are in it. They're just, they're not in it for your family. They're not in it.
It's their job to keep you there. I mean, that's
Exactly.
simply it. I think Gene said at eXp Con, he goes, if you're looking to buy a Tesla, do you ever go to the Ford dealership and ask them about it? You see what's happening. Well, man, that's, what else? Tell me a little bit about San Antonio. I don't know, much about it. Tell me a little bit what's going on over there.
San Antonio, it's a booming city. We're seeing a lot of growth, a lot of families moving from other parts of the United States. I'm seeing families coming from places like California, New York, New Jersey.
Nice.
We're seeing a lot of growth in the exterior parts of the city. We've got a lot of, tremendous economy whenever it comes to like not only tourism, but now the tech sector is growing. The energy is always really big on the south part of San Antonio, and really we're almost seeing like kind of the two cities between San Antonio and Austin kind of merging together through the city of New Braunfels. So everything's growing outwards. We're seeing a lot of development, a lot of new construction. And, we have a lot of big military bases and installations that keep our economy stable here. And, it's just I've lived here in San Antonio most of my life, and I've seen like kind of in the inner city, things are starting to turn around. So a lot of these older homes are starting to get remodeled. We're starting to see a lot of, revitalization of the inner city. And it's, it's just a phenomenal city. I love being part of the culture and part of the growth,
Right. Well, so how's the growth been for eXp as a company? I know, like in New Orleans, when I first started, it was nobody, and it's still taking, I always tell people that New Orleans is a little bit slower city. We're a slower pace. We speak slower. We eat a lot, and so the growth has been slower than normal. I've actually grown faster in other cities. So are you seeing anything like that in San Antonio? Is it
Not at
people
all.
embracing? Not at all.
As far as eXp goes, the growth of the agent count here is I saw, just a couple months ago that we are now among the top 3 brokerages. For years and years and years, it's all been KW,
Very
KW,
nice.
KW. Now we've occupied one of those top 3 slots, and
Nice.
I don't see the agent count slowing down. It's always a packed room every time we do the lunch and learn. So it's really, really exciting to be a part of.
So tell me a little bit. You mentioned the lunch and learns. Tell me what you guys are doing with that. I know I have a lot of agents that are doing them, and people I think who are listening to the podcast, especially, they'd be really interested in how's that working out for you?
Yeah, it's going great. I mean, every Friday, we're all, I'm part of Pat Hayes and Scott and Tracy Lewis's organization here at eXp. Gotcha. It's one of the largest organizations, but just the energy, it's phenomenal energy. We have one of the national directors, Curtis Dixon and Pat Hayes, always go up there and knock it out of the park. And, they just bring up agents that are sharing their testimonials. And so we get to hear those stories, and it's really inspiring. It's fun to go out there and just be part of the community.
That's good stuff, man. And that's kind of where I'm in that. I left New Orleans. I'm living in northern Louisiana right now because I'm bouncing around because eXp has allowed me to stop selling, build an amazing expansion team. And then my goal is, man, I'm hopping to cities next. Like right now, Shreveport, people ask, why the hell did you go to Shreveport, Louisiana? I can tell you, man, I'm just with market research, I'm looking into, okay, where are these holes? Where's these pockets that we can come in and kind of fill? So fortunate enough, I moved here with, with family and whatnot, but dude, it was 2 eXp agents. So now we're coming in and just flooding the market. But then the really neat part about it, Dallas, St. Louis, everything's close. So I'm kind of branching out into that too. But that's, do you have any plans like that? I know one thing I talk about, and I'll talk about more on this, is like how my expansion is looking, but it's giving me the ability, because one goal that I'm putting out there, and it's actually in one of my other podcasts that I do, I'm interviewing 3 agents in Belize, because that's my next hop is I'm going to Belize, or I'm going to a country where I can live on an island and do this nonstop. So have you looked into any expansion type opportunities? You're going to, put your footing, your foundation really deep in?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something we've been kind of working on, brainstorming on in the background. Yep. And, I think that the opportunity here, with currently the company is just over 20,000 agents. And to think that there's 1.2 million real estate agents here in the United States or North America.
Right.
Man, it's just a ground floor opportunity. And it's all about innovation. How do you bring value to more? How do you bring enough value to enough people and do that at a scale and lead these people, it's exciting. Yeah, but totally. I'm looking into other markets. I'm making connections all over the United States, and just trying to figure out how I can deliver more value to those agents.
And you mentioned that, man. It's consistent value too. That's the cool part, because even if you look at a franchise like McDonald's and whatnot, I dealt with this, when I used to prospect a lot, like you guys are doing, and I would call and they would say, "Oh no, every blah blah agent has already called me," and I'd have to go through this whole spiel of, you ever been to a McDonald's on the north side of town, the McDonald's on the south side of town, and you go here and the burger sucks, or the burger's really great? I said, it's kind of that same concept. We're here. I believe one of the best things we have is our eXp World model. People talk about the technology that's up front, but man, that consistent communication, that consistent support, no matter where you go, because even, man, if you join a brick and mortar office anywhere, there's different people in every office. We're here. I mean, look, Mike in accounting, man, I should be going to Thanksgiving dinner with him because I talk to him so much, So that consistent piece, man, that's really awesome. And I want to touch upon, I know we just became Facebook friends recently, man. I keep up with all your stuff and like it, man. You got some inspiring stuff. You're doing different things. I mean, tell us a little bit about that, man. Has it been something that's got you fired up because you're so excited about this opportunity, or what's leading that
I'm always
charge?
trying to look, just like you mentioned earlier. We're just looking for the holes that could be plugged. I released this page, the expansionguide.com, that I was working on for quite a while, and the expansionguide.com is a way that we can kind of almost like systematize the delivery of value for agents, and it's
Very
just
nice.
a once a week course that we've set up on automation that
Yep.
delivers content to those agents once a week, and it's just for 4 weeks, on some of the things that I feel that agents need the most: story selling, listings, team building, and online lead generation. So
Very nice.
that's actually helped me to attract an agent. So and really trying to find something that we can kind of deliver, not so much an EXP pitch, but more just to give agents a little extra.
No, man, that's exactly it. It's the reason why I really gotten into podcasting and done so much social media. I have a large Instagram following. I've done that for a long time, and it's like I said, it's not really a sales pitch, but it's creating influence. It's like what they mention all the time: surrounding yourself with people you expect to or want to be like, and you can't deny it. I mean, you're going to hang out with people that you like and associate. I can tell you, the conversations I have with real estate agents right now, and I have a lot of real estate agent friends across the country, they don't understand what I'm saying right now. Like, they're not getting what we're doing. And it's really going to be an interesting turn of events when they start seeing, oh, wow, that's what that guy's doing.
Yeah.
One of them has been, I mean, look, I'm 44 years old, man, born and raised in New Orleans, spent majority of my life that was in the Army for a little while and spent some time in Germany. But when I moved to Shreveport, Louisiana, which is about 6 hours north of New Orleans, people are like, oh, shit, what that guy's doing. Because they know me. I'm actually have this Instagram account. If you're on Instagram, it's a food account for New Orleans food called Eating Nola. I got about 150,000 followers on this food account. It became like the fun foodie for the whole city. And I left that because of this opportunity, and people just don't comprehend or don't understand that.
That's a big deal,
But, and that's where that's where we at, man. So it's like it's interesting that the turn is going to be so big and so large. I think people aren't going to understand.
Get ahead of the power curve. Don't wait.
Right. Just talk to. I have an agent I'm talking to right now. She's trying to launch this platform with this support system and do all this for these agents. I'm like, man, you can imagine, you were at Keller, right? So I don't know how long ago you were at Keller, but if you were at Keller Williams, 15 years ago before that surge, and that's where, the opportunity's here, man. It's a time for us to get a footing and continue to grow together.
Absolutely.
So man, thank you for having coming on to the podcast, man. Anything you want to tell everybody, like give them your website, tell them you're San Antonio, what you got
San
for us?
Antonio's top realtor, ghsanantonio.com. If you're ever looking to come down to San Antonio, would love for myself and my team to help you in that transition. If you're listening from another market, we have a really, really great opportunity in investment real estate. The property values continue to go up year after year here in San Antonio. So if you're looking at a market to invest in, maybe if you live in another state or city, then take a look at the San Antonio market and give us a call, or visit our website, ghsanantonio.com. And would love to connect with anybody that needs support down here in South Texas.
And anybody else, man, that's looking to join eXp in that market, it's the guy to go talk to and reach out to him and see. And it's an amazing opportunity. And I think when we sit down with people like you, man, and hear it and see it, that growth is unreal for sure.
It truly is. Yeah.
Checking out Explaining the Cloud with me, Anthony Dezette. And I'll tell you what, I just wanted to, if you're sitting here and you're just wrapping up the podcast, I just wanted to reach out and tell you we have a major announcement coming in a couple of days where eXp Realty is offering affordable healthcare to all their agents. I'll tell you guys, it's a game changer in the industry. Reach out to me. This is something you got to hear more about. Have a good one.